If you ever look back on your videos or maybe the photos you take and you feel like it's a little flat or maybe a little stale, chances are is that you just need a little bit better lighting, and you can really make your videos and or photos pop by adding what is called accent lighting. This is just simply placing lights in strategic positions to really create a vibe that you're going for. And so if you see behind me, I have these warm lights behind me, really creating a more comfy and cozy feel, but you can totally use colored lighting, and you're not limited to just splashing it on the background. You can also add it on any subject or maybe products you're shooting, but all that to say, it'll really make a difference for the videos and photos you take. That's why we're checking out this super cool GVM double-sided video light called the 7SM. This is a feature-rich and portable light that really allows you to use it in so many different ways and scenarios. In this video, we're gonna check out all the details to see if this light is the perfect addition for your kit. Let's go.
You gotta just press record.
This video was sponsored by GVM, and they actually sent this light to us to review and test. And currently, at the time of shooting this video, they actually have a Kickstarter going on. So make sure to check out the link down in the description below if you'd like to pick up this light, probably for a discounted rate, or if it's past the Kickstarter campaign, check out the links down in the description to see updated pricing and features. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of this video, it's good to know just what this light is. This is a double-sided light, which one side has an RGB option, so the ability to use different various colors to be able to splash certain colors that you would like on either your background or your subjects. And then the other side is a bicolored light that allows you to change from cold temperature to warm temperature. I think it's super versatile, and I love the size of it. And I really love that you can charge this light using USB-C, really making it kind of like a light that you can just keep in your kit and use for any situation and scenario that you may need. All that to say, I wanna jump into a few different scenarios and situations that you can use a light like this for, and then we'll talk about all the features afterwards. The first way is by putting this on top of your camera and using it as a key light to your face for your YouTube videos, or maybe if you wanna vlog at night. It's one way to use it. The second way is to use it as a hair light, so using it behind you and splashing the light on either your hair or your shoulder to separate yourself from the background. The third way to use this light is what's called motivated lighting, and this is when you have maybe a lamp in your shot or maybe a neon sign or a colored sign, and you can just match whatever colored light that is with the 7SM and then splash that color onto your subject or yourself to kind of add what is called motivated lighting, making that light really travel throughout your video shot. You can use this for your Zoom calls when you're on video conferencing calls, or maybe even live streaming. Just use it as your key light on your desk, and it's just a cool way that you can use this light. And then you can also use their lighting effects, which is called scenes, and they really add so many different scenes in this light. And just to list out all of the scenes that they actually have, they have lightning, candle, bad bulb, disco, cop car, TV, party, paparazzi, and you can actually control the speed of those scenes, which is super nice and clutch. Now, as far as the actual features of this light, the first thing to mention is the nice OLED screen display, which is super cool because the way to navigate a light like this that's so feature rich makes it super nice to have a crispy, clean screen telling you whatever you need it to do, whether that's increasing the saturation of a color or the brightness or the temperature of the bicolored light, or even the scenes when you're fishing through those. The bicolored light's temperatures range from 2700 Kelvin all the way to 6500 Kelvin, which is a super large range. And I'm actually have my the accent lights on right now at 2700 Kelvin to match the lamp that I have from IKEA, and really it creates that more warm vibe, right? But you can go as far as 6500 Kelvin to really match super cold daytime temperatures. The other side is an RGB light that offers 360 degrees of color, which is super nice. It's pretty much every color that you can think of. And then I also love how vibrant those colors are. And what's so cool is that you could change the saturation of those colors. So if you don't need something so red, or if you don't need something so blue, or maybe you just wanna match a light that's outside of this light, I think it's a super nice feature to have, and definitely makes it easier to actually adjust kind of the nuances of things rather than just using the knob that's on the light itself. I do think the size is a feature, it being a very small light and the ability for it to produce so much lighting like the two that I have right behind me. It really is producing a lot of light, which is super cool. And the size of this light really makes me want to bring it certain places, whether it's on trips or maybe just keeping it in my bag, just in case I need a light or I wanna, add a vibe to something. Now let's talk about what you get in the box, but before I do, I wanted to ask you the question, what do you think about the GVM 7SM? Is this a light that you can see yourself using with the content you're creating? I do think I could see myself using this because I go on trips and a lot of times I'm either doing Zoom calls from the hotel room or even just in a scenario that I'm in. If I can just plop this light somewhere just to add a little bit extra of a vibe, I do think it's super cool to have this in your kit, and therefore I think this light's pretty awesome. Now, as far as what you get in the box, you're gonna get the light itself, the GVM 7SM. You're also gonna get the diffuser and the comb, which is super nice because you can use this to diffuse the light to make it a little bit more flattering, especially if you're gonna put the light on top of a camera. It includes an adjustable tilt mount that screws right onto the light itself, and then you can put it on a cold shoe. They also throw a cool little stand-in for your desk, or maybe if you wanna put it on a shelf. They include a USB so that you can charge the light, and I don't know how long this light would stay on for. Obviously, if you're putting it at 100, you're gonna minimize the life of the battery, but usually keeping it pretty low. I haven't had to recharge this light even after using it for a few hours on end. And then they also include an adhesive mount that you can use to put on a wall or a ceiling, or maybe in the back of a chair if you want to splash light that way. Now, the cost of the GVM 7SM light is $119 at the time of shooting this video, and they're currently running a Kickstarter for this light. So if you wanna check out that Kickstarter link, make sure you check out the link down in the description below if you'd like to pick it up before it rolls out to the public. Now, I think for $120, it's not a bad price when you consider all that you get with this light, the build quality of the light, the OLED screen, the ability to connect it to your app, and the ability to just charge it and place it somewhere to really create a vibe, or even use it as your key light for your YouTube videos or maybe your live streams. I definitely think having equipment in your kit that can literally do anything you need it to do, anywhere you need it to do, is just a wise investment to make. And so let me know again what you think about this light. And if you wanna check out another lighting video from Think Media, make sure you click or tap the screen. And I can't wait to see you in a future video. Peace.